Hello, good evening. This is Nurse Kaloy. Would like to say hi to all my viewers in US, Canada, Europe, Australia, Japan, Saudi Arabia, of course, to all my friends in the Philippines and other parts of the world. Good evening. This is a real talk, my friends. Kaya ako ginagawa to because I'm really worried and disturbed with all these emails I'm receiving from our Kababayans venting or telling me about the issue about this shortened quarantine, ICV, digital vaccination certificate. Okay? I-discuss po natin. As you can see sa ating clickbait, IATF, confusing or misleading. Now, before I do this video or continue, I would like to share with you yung experience ni Mr. Cesar Manalili. As you can see, his comments and yung kanyang very devastating experience from the airport and hanggang sa kanyang hotel sa Red Planet. Another comment, as you can see, is from Mary Ganotise. She's saying about the 5 days quarantine. You can read her comment po, as you can see. Another one is CO2 at Circ1. According to him, you can see on his comment, he called kanilang health department and based from the authorities, sinabi raw sa kanya na ang kanyang digital vaccination record is more than enough as a proof. Nakausap ko rin po si Jean Giliago at si Criza Juliana from Canada, and they're also telling me about their concern about this ICV. Okay po, sila po ang nag-push, nagtulak sa akin kung bakit ako nag-send ng email sa Bureau of Quarantine. Makikita nyo po, earlier nakita nyo ang email ko, and now I'm gonna show you yung reply ng BOQ. Just take note po. As per IATF, Resolution 142 says, to be qualified for 5th day, take note that to be qualified for the 5th day swab, as you can see on their memo, we require one of the following, which is 1, 2, and 3, yung ICV, number 2 is yung vaccination pass from OFW, and then yung BOQ ICV if you are vaccinated in the Philippines. On the last paragraph, it says, if you failed to submit one of the requirements needed, you will be disqualified for a shortened quarantine period / 5th day swab. It didn't say shortened quarantine period of 5 days. Just want to clarify that. Iba po yung 5 days short quarantine period at saka yung shortened quarantine period / 5th swab day. Yun po ang confusing. Ngayon, kung sinasabi ng mag-o-oppose, kasi po, kaya sinabi ng shortened quarantine period / 5th day, kasi kung lumabas yung result sa 5th day of after the swabbing, pwede na kayo mauwi. Tulad na sinabi ng isang vlogger. That is very untrue. I am a nurse. I did PCR, and I had a PCR test too. And never we will tell the individual patient, now once you are swabbed now, you will get the result tonight. The PCR is not antigen, it's not a rapid test. Those last two, you can get the results in minutes, but not PCR. It's usually 24 to 48 hours po yan. Take note po dyan. Diyan po magkakaroon ng confusion. Okay? At saka misleading statements ng IATF. So, stay tuned. Pakinggan nyo ang aking video. Okay. As we go along, ang IATF, and take note again, sabi na if you are not qualified sa 5th day swab test, you will be taking your swab test on the 7th day. Kung hindi kayo na-qualified, let's say wala kayong ICV, then you will take your swab test on the 7th day from the arrival date of day 1. Then once negative results, you may continue home quarantine until the 14th day. Did you notice? Sinabi ba dyan kung pwede na kayo umuwi after ng negative results? Medyo malabo rin po. I will elaborate on that, okay? As we go further, per IATF, again, take note, for vaccinated travelers from green and yellow countries will quarantine in a facility until the 5th day, when then RT-PCR test results are negative. As I've mentioned, 110% ako sure, if you do your swab test on the 5th day of quarantine, sinasabi nila na until the 5th day, magkwa-quarantine kayo. How could we do that? That is misleading. If your swab test is done the 5th day, you cannot get the result on the 5th night. Imposible. Raise your hand, mga friends and viewers. Who among you had a PCR, let's say, on the 5th or October 5th or November, whatever? Did you get your PCR result on that same day? No. Never. That's not possible because the ruling for RT-PCR is 24 to 48 hours. Kaya, yung vlogger na nagsasabi, shortened kasi pag 5th day na swab test kayo at pag negative, pwede na kayo umuwi. Never that will happen. Okay. Go continue po natin. So we are on the unvaccinated 7th day swab test, and then if you get the negative result, you may continue quarantine until the 14th day. Okay. Now, I'm gonna show you yung post na to, which says, facility-based quarantine stay for vaccinated is 5 nights and 6 days. Yun ang recommendation nila. Sa mga vaccinated, if you have the ICV, you were encouraged to stay in a quarantine hotel for 5 nights and 6 days. Uulitin ko, 5 nights? 5 nights. That's the day of your swab test. It's not possible. Ulitin ko yan. If you are swabbed on the 5th day, you cannot get it on the 5th night. Oh my Diyos por santo. Ito nga po sinasabi nila, RT-PCR testing 5th day. How could you have that result on the 5th night? It's very misleading, confusing. And then quarantine, complete 10 days at home. That's okay. Ay, naku. Okay, sorry po, natatawa ako dun sa isang, anyway, I'm not mentioning any name. If 5th day swab test done, do you think, sabi mo nga, results will be available on the 5th night? Why is IATF recommending the quarantine stay for 5 nights and 6 days? That is very misleading. Ba't sila nagre-recommend na ang quarantine stay is 5 nights and 6 days? That is misleading. Kasi hindi pwede. It's not hindi antigen yan, it's RT-PCR. It takes 24 to 48 hours. I was quarantined last June. Nag-swab test ako ng 7th and I got my result on the 10th before lunch. Saka pa lang ako nakauwi. And okay, like I said, who had an experience being quarantined here na nakuha nyo yung PCR nyo on the same day? Sa aking mga viewers, magbigay kayo ng comment. O sa ating mga classmates dyan, raise your right hand, sabi nga. Okay, now, being seriously, for all those travelers who have the ICV, it is safe for you guys to book for 7 days. Why? Okay, let's do the math. If you do your 5th day swab test, you will be possibly getting your result on the 6th day. Okay? Kaya ang IATF is recommending 5 nights and 6 days. Okay? But mayroong 5 nights. Dapat 6 days or 7. Okay, anyways. If you are ICV or vaccinated patient and have an ICV, book for 7 days at least. Because if you are swab test on the 5th day of your stay in the hotel, 6 days, maybe or possible, but not guaranteed makukuha mo yung result mo. It will be sent to you via your cell phone, maybe before lunch on the 7th day. So, 5 days swab test, 6 not guaranteed, 7 sigurado yan. Kasi nga, ang result ng RT-PCR is 24 to 48 hours. Yun po kasimple ang math dyan. Kaya to be safe, you book your hotel for 7 days. Okay po? Now, for those, unvaccinated, partially vaccinated, or unverified vaccination, meaning, hindi nila ma-verify yung vaccination record nyo kasi nga ayaw tanggapin ICV ang kailangan na. So you were considered your vaccination status will be unverified. For those, you guys, swab test on the 7 days, again, math, 7 days, 8 days, not a guaranteed results. On the 9th day, before lunch, you can get your result and you can go home. Same thing with the vaccinated people. Once you get your result on the 7th day, go home. Ganun po yan, and then complete the quarantine days sa bahay nyo. Any question po? Isa pa, before I go. Sabi nga ni Secretary Anyo when he talked to Mr. PRRD, President PRRD, he is working for the shortened quarantine period for vaccinated for 5 to 7 days. 5 to 7 days, yun yung 5 na swab test, 7 days yung result, then you can go. So the list you can book for your hotel accommodation is 7 days for vaccinated and with ICV, and for those unvaccinated at walang records ng ICV, mag-book kayo ng 9 days to be safe. Otherwise, mag-extend kayo. Kasi ang sinasabi ng IATF, book at least 6 days sa vaccinated. Ang sinasabi sa unvaccinated, book at least 8 days. Paano kung hindi dumating yung result ng 6 days at hindi dumating yung result ng 8 days? Mag-extend kayo niyan. Ngayon, problema, kung wala ng bakante, kung naibigay na yung room, o kaya magkano babayaran yung dagdag. Yun lang po isipin natin. Ayaw kong maghirap kayo dyan, mamroblema kayo sa inyong pagbiyahe. Kaya andito po ako. Just give me your comment below and tutulungan ko po. I will assist you guys. To all my friends, sa yung ating foreigner friends, si Mr. I would mention his name, from Georgia. Hi, sir. Thank you for watching. You guys, mahalo, adios. Good night. Bye-bye.